External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has concluded his trip to Singapore after holding bilateral meetings with a host of different Prime Minister Loong and the newly elected President Tharman. EAM Jaishankar was on a 3-day trip to the Southeast Asian country, and the meetings were held to signify a deepening in ties of what upgraded to a strategic partnership in 2015. Meanwhile, still with us on the broadcast is Mr. Sanjeev Srivastava. So, what do you make of this? I mean, do you think it's going to help us further deepen strategic ties with Singapore?
Certainly. I think this is a very significant place. Singapore is known as the pulse of the world. Wherever, whatever happens in the international community, you can have a good feeling about it, and you can just see and experience the pulse of the world in Singapore if you are there. I think this has been said many times by our External Affairs Minister C. Jaishankar himself. And obviously, Singapore is a very happening place, very dynamic place, and a lot of thoughtful, deep considerations are done on various international development, as well as having said that. It is a very important place in the Indo-Pacific region, and it's a pivotal place. State of Malacca and the kind of strategic location it is having this nation is certainly also strategically very important for India. And we have a very proactive Indo-Pacific strategy, and for that to ensure Indo-Pacific strategy, I think our collaboration with Singapore will be a key, which will be essential. Whether it and certainly during this visit, our External Affairs Minister C. Jaishankar has had several meetings with the leadership of Singapore, including the newly elected president, as well as our other top ministers, whether the Foreign Affairs Minister or the Home Affairs Minister, Finance Minister of Singapore. So he has had a substantial meeting with them, and I'm sure that it will further strengthen our collaboration and strategic partnership with Singapore. And obviously, India and Singapore, they elevated their relationship as a strategic partnership level in year 2015. And I think at this point of time, I think our collaboration with Singapore is going to be deepening. And last point I would say here is that it is quite clear that China is attempting to dominate our Indo-Pacific region. They want to disrupt the rules-based order of the Indo-Pacific region, whether freedom of navigation or freedom of overflight or imperatives of unimpeded commerce. China wants to dominate everywhere, and they want to disrupt these rules of behavior, rules of navigation and other rules. So I think for that to ensure that the Indo-Pacific region remains a place where the rules are prevailing, I think it is also essential at the same time for India to have a closer collaboration with Singapore too. Obviously, in our Indo-Pacific strategy, ASEAN centrality is there. We closely collaborate with all the nations of ASEAN, but Singapore has a special place. As I said, that it is a pulse of the world. It is not only a place, important place in the Indo-Pacific region, but I think it is an important place in the entire international community. And I think our External Minister C. Jaishankar has had old experience, old good experiences with dealing with Singapore and various capacities. So I'm sure that after his visit, our collaboration, our deep understanding and partnership will further grow, which is obviously, at the last I would say, is based on our shared values, shared interests, shared opportunities, as well as shared challenges.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.